Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day it is, you're very welcome to our match reaction of Liverpool versus Qarabağ. Yeah, Liverpool took on Qarabağ in the last night of the qualifying rounds of the Champions League before we go into the knockout stages. They took on Qarabağ at Anfield under the floodlights on a Wednesday night. It was a great occasion, and Liverpool played very, very well. Yeah, they beat Qarabağ 6-0. It was a good game for Liverpool, well-deserved victory. And in the end, it turned out easier than I thought it was going to be. I had sort of predicted that it would be a tougher night for Liverpool, but in the end, Qarabağ looked weak. Liverpool looked strong, and Liverpool went on. They scored a Super 6 against Qarabağ in the Champions League. So in this video today, we're going to have a look at the player ratings, and we're going to do a man of the match, and then we're going to wind it up with, well, I was going to wind it up with what's coming up next, but you can see it on the screen there. So listen, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. If you do, give us a little thumbs up. Perhaps you can join us for some of the upcoming things we have here on Fans Banter. But for now, we'll go right on to the player ratings. Okay, so let's go through the player ratings for the game against Qarabağ. So Alisson in goal. Didn't have much to do, Alisson. But what he did very well. It was a very quiet game for him. So for Alisson, based on the fact that it was against Qarabağ and he didn't have much to do in the game, 6.5 for Alisson. I think that's probably a fair score for Alisson on the fact that Qarabağ really didn't pose any threat going forward at all. So yeah, 6.5 for Alisson. So getting on to Virgil. Yeah, Virgil didn't have much defending to do, but what he did well. He had 3 assists for a centre-half in the Champions League game. Not bad, 3 assists for Virgil. A little bit better than he has been recently, I would say. But then again, it is based on the fact that Qarabağ didn't really pose much of a threat going forward. But yeah, I think a solid 7 for Virgil, in fairness to him. Good game from Virgil. 3 assists and nearly scored a couple of goals. Well, nearly scored 1 goal. Yeah, 7 for Virgil. So Gravenberch out of position, of course. Nearly gave away a penalty. Very clumsy challenge in the box. Probably Liverpool maybe a bit lucky to get away with that. But because he was out of position, he's not a centre back. I mean, let's face it, he's not a centre back. Obviously, he's a midfield player, so his mindset wouldn't be totally on defending all the time. But I thought he played well, in fairness to him. So yeah, a 6.5 for Gravenberch. I think that's probably a fair rating for him. So here are we on to now. On to Frimpong. No mark for Frimpong. Because obviously he did go off injured earlier on in the game, 2 minutes into the game, so can't really give him a rating on that. So wish him well, actually, quick recovery. So Endo came on. Endo did all right. I thought he was solid. He did what he had to do, but then he looked comfortable enough. I thought a little bit better than what he did at the weekend. So we've gone for a 6.5 for Endo as well. So, Robertson played well. Good to see him getting the start over Kerkez. I had a feeling that would happen. Put that in my team prediction. So, yeah, I enjoyed Andy Robertson. He was up and down the wing. He was very busy. He looked very enthusiastic. So, I've gone for a 7 for Robbo. I think that's well deserved. So McAllister, one of his better games, I thought. Still looked a little bit leggy at times in the game. But I thought he was very productive. He got around the pitch, did really well. And very importantly, he got the first goal for Liverpool, which was probably a crucial goal in this type of game. It would have been a harder night for Liverpool, I would imagine, if Qarabağ had got the first goal. They could have dug in and tried to hang on to things. And then obviously he got another goal. Unlucky probably not to get a hat-trick. So I've gone for an 8 for McAllister. I thought he had a really good game. Dominic Szoboszlai, Mr. Consistency, played very well. Lovely little back heel on the free kick to set up the goal for Salah. Yeah, another good performance all round. As I said, Mr. Consistency for Liverpool this season. Probably could have been rested a little bit earlier than he was, particularly since we have Newcastle at the weekend. So, gone for 7.5 for Mr. Szoboszlai. So up next, Wirtz. Thought he had a good game. Busy. Probably a better first half than he did second half. I don't know if I'm just being a little bit picky. Took his goal really well. So I've also gone for a 7.5 from Verts. I thought it was a good solid game from him. And as I said earlier on, looks better in the Champions League than he does in the Premiership. Cody Gakpo. Cody Gakpo did alright, I thought. Unlucky probably not to get a goal. Let's just say it. Unlucky not to get a goal. An average performance from Cody, so I've gone with a 6.5 for Cody Gakpo. I think he probably deserves that. He did well in the game. Worked hard, in fairness to him. Mo Salah had an okay game. He's still a little bit quieter than what he was maybe last season, obviously, for multiple reasons. But yeah, I thought the goal was beautiful. I really enjoyed the goal. I thought that was a really good goal from Salah. He took it well. Had a couple of opportunities in the game as well when he was cutting in from the right. But yeah, a good performance. Nearly set up a goal for Cody Gakpo with a nice little chip over the top. Cody Gakpo just couldn't get to it. He worked hard, I thought, in fairness to Salah. So I've gone for a 7 for Salah. So who have we got up next? We have Hugo Ekitike. Firstly, he took the goal brilliantly. I thought it was a great goal. Great individual goals, let's say. An assist from Virgil van Dijk, one of his assists. Outran two defenders and slipped it past the goalkeeper. I thought it was a really good goal, really calm finish. I thought in the first 20 minutes, particularly in the first 20 minutes, I thought he was absolutely electric. So yeah, a good game from him. I've gone for a 7.5 for Hugo Ekitike. So who are we up next? We just have the manager. Yeah, listen, I thought Arne Slot did alright. I thought he got things right tonight. I think he did well with the lineup. I thought he did well with the timing of the substitutions. In some instances, I would have preferred to see some of the bigger players rested a little bit earlier, particularly when we went like 3 and 4-0 ahead. I don't think there was any need to keep, say, Szoboszlai on the pitch for so long. I think probably Van Dijk could have been taken off and rested for the last 20. So yeah, a few things like that. But overall, I think he did okay as a manager. Better than recent performances regarding substitutions and the timing of the substitutions. But he seems to be doing better in the Champions League. I'll say that. He just seems to be doing better in the Champions League, whether the games are more suited to the way he wants to play football and the way Liverpool have set up. But yeah, he just doesn't do himself any favours, though. If you listen to the post-match interview, again, it's just a little bit strange. Someone just should tell him to stop talking. But a rating on the performance of the team and the performance of the coaching staff and the performance of how they approach the game, I'm going to go for a 7 for the manager. I think that's a fair mark, to be quite honest. And regarding to the substitutions, a solid 6 across the board for them all. Maybe a 6.5 for Chiesa for getting his goal when he came on. Yeah, but overall, good performance from Liverpool, I thought. Well-deserved win, and that's it for our player ratings. Now we'll move on to player of the match. So yeah, let's get on with the man of the match. Man of the match for me was our one and only, our World Cup winner, Mr. McAllister. I thought he had a really good game. I thought he got around the pitch very well. And one thing you can be sure from Alexis McAllister when he puts on the Liverpool shirt is you're going to get 100% from him. Let's have a look at some of his stats from the game. So he played the 90 minutes. He had 51 touches of the ball. He had a 91% success pass rate. 67% of his tackles were won. He had a total shots were 5. He had 2 shots on target and he scored 2 goals. So yeah, a good man of the match performance from Mr. McAllister. Glad to see it. Hope his good form continues into the weekend, especially against Newcastle. Okay, that's it for our man of the match. So don't forget to join us for the upcoming things that we have on Fans Banter. So later on this afternoon we'll have a Liverpool-Newcastle game preview. We'll go through that. We'll discuss possible team selection of the players that are left standing for Liverpool. We'll probably have a score prediction on that as well. we'll have the watch along at the weekend, Liverpool versus Newcastle, and after that we'll have the match reaction, and then we'll have the video like we just watched, the player ratings and so forth. So listen, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. From now, from us, that's goodbye for now. We'll see you later on this afternoon at some stage. Cheerio, take care, look after yourselves.